Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today, we're going to learn about 7 things you should never do in the morning. These morning mistakes could be sabotaging your productivity, your energy, and even your overall health. So if you want to learn how to start your day off right, then keep on watching. Now let's begin. The morning plays an incredibly important part of your day. And that first hour after you wake up should leave you feeling prepared and productive. You should spend that time maintaining your physical health with exercise and a nutritious breakfast. You should inspire yourself with books, podcasts, and other motivational media. Creating time for these healthy habits will work wonders for your self-esteem and self-discipline. Not to mention, you'll feel more energetic than ever. But the problem is most people don't make time for a healthy morning routine. They wake up late, get lazy, or just don't realize how much good your morning routine can do for you. So they skip their entire routine. Right after they wake up, they quickly throw on some clothes and head straight to the office. They're barely conscious on their drive to work and still groggy by the time they sit down at their desk. When you go straight to work, you spend your first hour of the day just trying to wake up, which makes you slow, inefficient, and disorganized. But your productivity isn't the only thing that suffers. Going straight to the office makes you more reliant on caffeine. And too much caffeine will hurt your mood and your sleep schedule, leaving you feeling even more lethargic. And to make matters worse, it can also decrease your job satisfaction. When you rush to work in the morning, you're not excited to be productive. Instead of loving your job, it just feels like something you're forced to do. And that lack of enthusiasm will take a toll on your overall performance. So set aside more time for your morning routine. Even if you feel like sleeping in to the last second, that extra 30 minutes of sleep isn't doing you any favors. You deserve it. Hey, who doesn't love a long hot shower? When you're standing under that stream of warm water, it seems to wash your worries away. But when you get out of the shower, how do you feel? Energetic and refreshed, or cozy and mellow? Well, there's nothing wrong with taking a hot shower. In fact, it can be a great way to wind down before bed. But in the morning, a hot shower can leave you feeling way too relaxed. You'll feel like crawling right back into bed. You'll feel tempted to ditch your morning routine and just enjoy being comfortable. So while that hot shower might put you in a good mood, it's a big problem for your productivity. So if you want to get the most out of your mornings, you have to build momentum. And that starts right after you wake up. Each part of your routine should make you more motivated, more energetic. Things like stretching, running, and eating a good breakfast all push you in the right direction. But a long, hot, luxurious shower just stops you right there in your tracks. So try a more energizing alternative. A quick lukewarm shower will leave you feeling refreshed without slowing down your morning momentum. A morning routine should be set in stone. It's something you do day after day, week after week. It's a timeline of good habits that you've gotten so used to that you don't even have to think about it. Once your morning routine becomes ingrained in your brain, you can start reaping the rewards. But what happens if you try to improvise? Instead of planning their mornings, many people decide that they're just going to wing it. They do whatever feels natural. But when you improvise, your efficiency tanks. The simple truth is, you, like most people, make bad decisions in the mornings. You convince yourself that it's okay to slack off, that it's not a problem to watch TV or just lay in bed a little longer. But a little laziness goes a long way. Luckily, planning your routine will take the pressure off. You don't run the risk of making bad decisions if your entire morning is already decided. You've already made those decisions the night before. You know exactly what you're going to eat for breakfast. You know exactly when you're going to work out. And that makes it so much easier to stick to your goals. It's as simple as that. Chapter 4. Don't whine about work. What's the number one worst time to sit and complain throughout the day? Yep, you guessed it. It's first thing in the morning. When you criticize your job or whine about all the work you have to do, your motivation just flies out the window, and that infectious negativity sticks around for hours afterward. Instead of starting your day on a high note like most successful people do, you're taking 2 steps back. By complaining about your work, you're digging yourself into a deeper and deeper hole. Obviously, that bad attitude will have a huge impact on your performance. You'll look for shortcuts around every corner. You'll make excuses and you'll lose faith in yourself. And once that happens, you can kiss your productivity goodbye. Because the moment things get rough, you won't fight back, you won't persevere. You'll be the first one to wave your white flag. So why does complaining set you back so far? Well, each time you complain, you're changing your mindset. You're focusing all your energy on the obstacles and ignoring the opportunities. Remind yourself of your goals and how much you have to look forward to. Chapter 5. Minimize mental clutter. Your morning is filled with small, pointless decisions. You decide what you're going to wear, what kind of workout you're going to do, what music you'll listen to on your drive to work. And by the end of your morning routine, you've already made a dozen decisions, none of which really amount to anything. All they do is weigh down your brain. So go ahead and cut these choices out of your mornings. Many successful people have reduced their mental clutter by incorporating them into their routine. They wear the same clothes, they do the same workouts, and they listen to the same music. And that way, their brain can spend the morning on decisions that actually matter. While this will boost your productivity, that's not the real reason why you should reduce mental clutter in the morning. The real reason is you need to warm up your brain. Imagine you're an artist who's working on some really intricate commission. You have to be at the top of your game to pull this off. But if you start plugging away first thing in the morning, your work is going to be sloppy. You need to do some warm-up sketches. You'll make better, more creative decisions because your brain had the chance to warm up first. Chapter 6. Never hit snooze. The snooze button is your worst enemy in the mornings. Each time you hit that button, you're making it harder and harder to be productive. For starters, waking up every 10 minutes is terrible for you. It leaves you feeling tired throughout the day because 10 minutes isn't nearly enough time for your brain to get any deep sleep. It will try its best, but when your alarm goes off 10 minutes later, you'll feel even groggier than you did before, which means that you might hit that snooze button again. And by the time you finally get up, your morning gets smaller, lazier, and a whole lot more stressful. You have to rush through your routine, which means you have less time for your healthy habits. You may have to skip your workout or pass on breakfast just to get to work on time. And that creates a whole lot of unnecessary stress in your life, and it leaves you feeling flustered and foggy. It'll take longer for you to concentrate, and you'll have a harder time staying motivated. So set one alarm and make sure you get out of bed when it goes off. That first bad decision can easily snowball into a dozen more. Chapter 7. Put the phone down. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? You'd be surprised how many people immediately reach for their phones. The very first thing they see in the morning is a text, a post on social media, or even worse, a blank screen. Suddenly, a flood of distractions fills your brain. Instead of thinking about your passions or your work, you're making harmful comparisons and worrying about your social circle. Studies have shown that looking at your phone increases stress and makes you more self-conscious. Some people fall into that vortex of social media. They scroll through their feeds for hours, completely losing track of time. Others sit there wondering why no one has messaged them. They refresh their inboxes every few minutes, hoping for some kind of validation. Either way, your momentum is shot and your mind is a million miles away. You're not focused on your goals, and you're certainly not feeling motivated. You've essentially wasted the most important part of your day on something that doesn't matter. So resist the urge to check your phone in the morning. Let yourself enjoy the peace and quiet of the morning. Outro 7 things you should never do in the morning. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think. Be sure to like the video, share it and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to turn on the bell for new content. I hope this video helped you learn some valuable tips on how to make the most of your mornings. Remember, the way you start your day can have a huge impact on your productivity, your mood, and your overall well-being. So make those mornings count.